nobody tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
I love DJ Oasis.
I've been drinking soda, been stepping to Yoda, got me feeling like a soldier. Baby, I'm like Polo, baby, I don't know you. DJ Khaled, can't take a loss. Long as found good, then we good.
You're listening to Smart Brain.
Found good, then we good. Long as found good, then we good. Can't take a loss. I can't take a loss. Long as found good, then we good. Long as found good, then we good. Long as found good, then we good. My family straight. Got the chip, I've been holding my weight. Cop the ride like part of my ways. New Orleans with the skeleton phase. Where I came from in a mud, turn rowdy a boss. Keep the smoke like exhaust. Up with the law. Got the color and cross. Nigga, it is not a draw. But I'm still turning tall. Free my looking outside. Free my looking out on the wall. We got rich off a holding notes. 2022 rolling ghosts. $500,000, I got shows on shows. Lead a festival rolling dope. I can't take a loss. Long as found good, then we good. Long as found good, then we good. Long as found good, then we good. Can't take a loss. I can't take a loss. Long as found good, then we good. Long as found good, then we good.
Okay, I think I can hear God from what Olex has been playing so far. Good morning, kids. It is Smart Brains and Solutions 93.9 FM. You were wondering, am I here? Yes, I'm here. Well. There are two answers from last week. And I'll be letting you know if they got it right. But then we also had, some winners from 2 weeks ago. If you check your phone, I already recharged each and every one of you's line according to how you responded to the questions. The highest was 500. It's just a mixture of two weeks, right? It's from 2 weeks ago. So this week we'll check it out. Remember, we learned something, and it's still the holiday. How are you enjoying your holiday? Welcome on board.
Are you ready?
All right, let us get into the business of today. It's already been the holiday, right? And I know that you've started already. So before I announce the winners, let's do a quick recap of what the question was actually. It was from Mademoiselle Taiwo. I asked you a simple question, and I hope that you're going to listen back so that when the time's right, I will announce the answers. My name is Favor or Lauren Teller. Let's quickly do a quick recap of what Mademoiselle Taiwo taught you last week, which is going to lead me to announcing the winners from last week, Saturday.
Bonjour tout le monde, bienvenue. Comment ça va? Bon samedi tout le monde. Hello everyone, how are you doing? A beautiful Saturday morning to you. How is your Saturday morning going? I hope you're enjoying your Saturday morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up with whatever activities you're doing right now. It's time for Friends and Radio with Mademoiselle Taiwo. Are you ready? Yes, this is French at Radio with Mademoiselle Taiwo, where we have fun while learning French in a fun way. Okay, so my name is Taiwo Oyelaya, but you know how we do it. You can always call me Mademoiselle Taiwo, and I will gladly answer you for the sake of French. It's another beautiful Saturday morning to learn French in a fun way. I hope you're ready. Are you ready? So last class we talked about I taught you le fruit en français and I taught you vegetables in French. I taught you fruits in French. And today we are going to be learning something really just it's something simple and I know you will love, love, love it. But before that, let's go and do a short revision on our last class, which was le légume en français, just a fruit in French, le fruit et le légume. I taught you fruits and French and fruits and vegetables in French. So le légume en français and le fruit en français. But before that, if you're not with your pen and your book, you're absolutely wrong. We'll learn with our pen and with our book. You know that, right? So I'll give you a few minutes to pick up your pen, pick up your book, and be ready to learn French in a fun way. Yes, thank you so much for yielding. Okay, so we learned a few vegetables and we also learned a few fruits, and I'll just run through them again shortly. La banana, that's banana. L'ananas, that's pineapple. Um, Coconut is le cocotier. Then blueberry, la myrtille, melon, le melon, lemon, le citron, guava, le gourvi, la pomme, that's apple, le raisin, that's grape, la mangue, that's mango, l'avocat, that's avocado, l'oignon, that's onions, le cucumber, that's cucumber, la mandarine, that's tangerine. And then talking about vegetables, we have la laitue, which is lettuce, we have le prevent, that's pepper, la carotte, which is carrot, le chou, which is cabbage, le broccoli. Then we have l'avocado, which is avocado. Then lastly we have les épinards, which is spinach. And everything together is called le légume. And then for the fruit we have le fruit. So that's just a short revision of our fruits and vegetables in French. Please, please, and please go over your note again. It's just a short revision for those who were not in class last week. And then today, I told you we're learning something really short and simple today. The class will not be long today because we're going to be learning. Guess what? Guess what it is? We're learning colors. Yes, we're learning colors in French today. And I'm just going to be teaching you the basic color, the common colors we have in English. I mean, English we used to say we have primary colors, we have secondary colors. But today I'm just going to be teaching you, I think, the primary colors. Those are the colors which are much more, common, which are much more common that you would just see randomly everywhere. So when you see some of those colors as a French learner, you should be able to identify the basic colors. So I'm going to be teaching you colors today so you can know what your favorite color is in French today if you listen well. Are you ready? So le couleur en français, le couleur français. So colors in French is le couleur because colors, le couleur. And then the first color we have is yellow. Yellow, and it's called jaune in French. Jaune, 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 couleur jaune. The couleur jaune, which is yellow, and it's spelled Jaune. Jaune. The next color we have is bleu, 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 which is blue, blue, blue. It's it's almost pronounced the same way, but not pronounced the same way. But the spelling is not the same. The spelling for blue is BLEU, while the English spelling is BLUE. So you just invert it. So first color is jaune, which is yellow. The second one is blue, which is bleu, bleu in French. Then the third color is rouge, 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 couleur rouge, and that is a red in French, color red, and it's spelled Rouge, Rouge, couleur rouge. The next one we have is couleur rose, which is pink in English. Couleur rose, which is pink, and it's spelled Rose, Rose. That's color pink in English, rose. The next color we have is marron, couleur marron, which is brown, color brown. Couleur marron, which is color brown in English, and it's spelled Marron. The next color we have is vert, couleur couleur vert, which is green in English, and it's spelled Vert. And the next color we have is a very, very common color, which is couleur blanc, which is white in English, and it's spelled Blanc. The next color we have is couleur noir, which is black in English, and it's spelled Noir, couleur noir, which is black in English. Then the next color we have is orange, which is orange in English, and it's spelled Orange. It's the same way. It's spelled the same way. It's pronounced the same way. Orange and orange in English. The next color is gris, couleur gris, which is gray in English, and it's spelled Gris. And then the last color is violet, which is color purple, and is spelled Violet, couleur violet. That's color purple in English. Let's run over the color again. We have couleur jaune, which is color yellow, and it's spelled Gaune. Then we have couleur bleu, which is spelled Bleu, which is blue in English. We have couleur rouge, which is red in English, and it's spelled Rouge. Then we have couleur rose, which is pink in English, and it's spelled Rose. We have couleur marron, which is brown in English, and it's spelled Marron. Then we have couleur vert, which is green in English, and it's spelled Vert. Then we have couleur blanc, which is white in English, and it's spelled Blanc. Then we have couleur noir, which is black in English, and it's spelled Noir. Then we have couleur orange, which is color orange in English, and it's spelled Orange. Then we have couleur gris, which is gray in English, and it's spelled Gris. Then we have couleur violet, which is spelled Violet, and it's purple in English. And the name of all of this is Lecouleur, and it's spelled Lescouleurs, Lecouleur. And that is all on today's class. We've taught the French color, le couleur en français. Now I hope you know your favorite color. Is your favorite color jaune? Is it rouge? Is it marron? Is it vert? Is it blanc? Noir, orange, gris, violet, or rose? Which of them is your best color? So as a French learner, you've learned your basic colors today. From now on, when you're holding a blue color, you know it's blue in French. When you're holding a tomato, you know it's red, which is rouge. When you're wearing a yellow cloth, you know it's jaune. So now you have the understanding of your color in French, and please maximize them from now on. Learn to pronounce those color or mention those color in French. Thank you so much for listening to me today, and that is the end of today's class, Le Couleur en Français. Till next week when I see you again. Thank you so much for listening. Please remember to go over your note again, the way they're being written, the way they're spelled, pronounce, go over them again, pronounce them correctly, repeat after me just like when you were listening, and you would be proud of yourself just like I'm proud of you. I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Thank you so much for joining me into this class. Till next week when I see you again, merci beaucoup.
You're listening to Smart Brains.
Feel it! Sorry, why I am 93.9 FM.
Dúródọ́lá àwọn àgànú ilé rẹ̀ yìí mà dáa pọ̀ o àfi bíi tàwọn ọlọ́lá ń bò láti rà wọ́n.
Méjì òbí òsì níbò Johnson A Nigeria Enterprises ló ti ráwọn fọ́níṣọ̀ tó wuyì tó sì lálòpẹ́.
Johnson A Nigeria Enterprises ilé ìtajà furniture tó ti mú number 1 yíká alẹ̀ yìí gbogbo ẹni tó mọ iye wúrà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ furniture Johnson A Nigeria Enterprises ni wọ́n ń gbé fún bá méjì kọ́ wọ́n mójúlẹ́jà ìdọ́ba ni ọ̀kan òjọ̀kan imported furniture tó gbayì tí sọlédà àfin ọba lóríṣiríṣi ló wà ńlẹ̀ bó jẹ́ tilé bó jẹ́ tó ọ́fíìsì àwọn ilé iṣẹ́ ńláńlá ilé ìtura tó fi máa wọ́n ọ́fíìsì ìjọba ọ̀dọ̀ Johnson A Nigeria Enterprises ni wọ́n ti ń kó furniture wọn tòkè òkun tilẹ̀ yìí ó pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ ẹni tó bá débẹ̀ ló lè sọ láfi ní ẹ̀kọ́ sólú ilé ìtajà Johnson A Nigeria Enterprises lónìí ní shop number AA 18 to 20 Railway Shopping Complex off Aleshiloye Market Ibadan tàbí ẹ̀ka wọn tó wà ní shop number A8 to 11 Railway Shopping Lines by Alalubosa Junction Iyaganku Railway Crossing Ibadan fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ẹ máa pè 0706 225 2649 tàbí 0802 303 0550 Johnson A Nigeria Enterprises balógun ní furniture nílẹ̀ yìí.
látọjọ́ tí mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní rẹ̀ electronics nílé iṣẹ́ R Ọlábàmíjì Multiventures ẹni mo ti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ à ń dáwọ́ gbogbo gbà sórí àwọn electronics ìgbàrọ̀ gbùdù ìwọ náà yéé mu lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ títì mọ́ kán yéé tẹ́lẹ̀ bẹ̀rí ẹsẹ̀ electronics fún ọ ibẹ̀ ló ti rí àwọn televisions lóríṣiríṣi fridge àti freezer air conditioner àti gbogbo àwọn èlò yòókù tí ń lo náà tí wọ́n ń lò nínú ilé àbí lọ́fíìsì gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ agbaṣẹ́ṣe pátá R Ọlábàmíjì Multiventures ní ẹ jẹ́ kán supply gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ lò tó jẹ́ electronics ojúlówó ni tiwọn bẹ́ẹ̀ la tún ṣe installation á tún fún yín ní guarantee lórí àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ bá rà lọ́dọ̀ wa olùléeṣẹ́ R Ọlábàmíjì Multiventures wà nọ́mbà 35 ọba adébíyìnpé road first gbági market Ìbàdàn showroom wọn wà ní nọ́mbà 10 Safo building ládojúkọ Union Bank Lebanon street nìbàdàn branch office wà ní nọ́mbà 3 Gbàdàmọ́sí complex Ìwó road nìbàdàn 0803 325 0185 àti 0805 779 0041 débẹ̀ confam làwọn nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ bá rà lọ́dọ̀ wa.
pẹ̀lú bọ́m̀bì sọ fún wọn kó dá ẹ lójú ìrìn ló jẹ́ má lọ fọ́ àwa fún ẹ ibikíbi tó àṣà mọ́ pa wá pẹ̀lú ẹ ìwọ ló ló ní pàdé FCMB wà fún ẹ ìwọ ló ló ní ọ̀la ti dájú jọ̀wọ́ má ṣọ̀lẹ pẹ̀lú FCMB ìwọ ló ló ní ọ̀la ti dájú.
FCMB èmi àti pánkì mi.
Feel it! Sorry, why I am 93.9 FM.
Keep it 93.9.
'cause our baby's home. Can you feel what I feel? The day has come at last. Our precious jewel has returned. I'll be the first to say welcome back. Oh, welcome back. I said welcome, welcome, welcome.
You're listening to Smart Brains.
Welcome back, and now it's time to let you know who the winner for last week is. Alright, I had 2 entries from 2 unique kids last week, and I'm going to be reading out their answers one after the other. Now from Eniola. I asked a question last week. You already gone through the revision of the colors in French, and I asked you to give me five colors in French before 12:05 last week, and this entry came in at 12:03 last week Saturday. Eniola said rose, pink, marron, brown, vert, green, orange, mio, black. Now, black is Nior, Nior. And then you also misspelled marron. Marron is Morron. So, those 2 answers already disqualified you from being the winner from this week. And then the other entry that I got is from one unique child as well. Please, if you haven't gotten the recharge cards that I sent this morning, I already have them. I did it this morning. Please check your phone numbers so that I can confirm. If it's not there, I'm going to send it again. Now, Oyekomi Shama sent in his own answer 12:02 last week. So you said black, neo, yellow, 1, right? And we have rouge for red, white, blanche, and rose pink. Well, are they correct? Absolutely correct. So. The winner from last week Saturday is Oyekomi Shama with all the entries correct. Well, you should expect your winnings by next week Saturday. Congratulations to you. Please, when you're typing, you need to be very, very sure so that it can be accurate. Eniola, you were so close. You got 3 correct, 2 wrong. So I cannot pardon you. I've been pardoning everyone for the past 2 weeks, but then today, I'm not pardoning anyone. You have to say it as it is. Give it as it is. All right, let's move to today's show. Okay, so when you hear that too, you know that something on Yoruba is about to come on. I can see that you're calling. Please hold on till the end of the program if you want to call in, but wait. 0909-888-9939, 0912-222-2939. Tí ẹ bá fẹ́ pè wọlé, it is 0909-888-9939 and 0912-222-2939. But please hold on first. Don't call in now. If you have anything to let me know, I'll be available. Please just hold on. The phone lines are buzzing. Well, I said something on Yoruba is coming, but it's also a mixture of Yoruba and English. And it's a story. And this story will be in 3 parts. The first part will be today. The next part will be next week. And the last part will be up a week. So to have the continuation of this story, you have to listen to Smart Brains from this week to the next 3 weeks because you never can tell where your question will be coming from. But what is today's story? Shemon kontong pe ni ode. Shemon kontong pe ni ode. I beg your pardon. They are hunters, right? Yes. We had them in the olden days. They go to these forest areas to go and hunt for animals. They, set traps, right? They do set traps. And let me let you also know that this particular group of people also have their organization, just like the acronyms that we learned a few weeks back. NHFSS, Nigerian Hunters and Forest Security Service. We also have them, but in a different way. We have those that went to the forest, who actually went to hunt for animals in the olden days. I think we still have them now, but it's not as, rampant as it was. These people are just like farmers then. They would go, they hunt for animals, come. Probably they don't sell, they hunt for their families, but we have the ones that go to the market to sell. And then there were very important people then. So today's story was based on them, but in a very different light. You will learn about how 2 particular goddesses became rivers in, like streams because they were fighting. They're like a Yoruba folklore, how they, turned to rivers because of some kind of rivalry, how, it's going to affect a particular village. So you need to stay tuned, listen attentively. This is just going to be the first part this week. Stay tuned. Don't move a muscle.
Once upon a time in a faraway kingdom, people of this kingdom lived peacefully. It rained in due season, therefore the farmers were happy because their harvests were bountiful. People of various vocations in the kingdom, fishermen, hunters, traders, housewives, and even the children were all happy and contented. Everything was going the way things should go, but gradually, things began to deteriorate from good to bad and from bad to worse. The people of this kingdom began to ponder on the event of things.
Have you noticed that it hasn't rained for 8 months now?
Said one of the 2 gossips one evening on their way from the market square.
No, Tonio,
replied the second gossip.
I even overheard Baba Weru telling his wife the other day that he couldn't catch more than 1 or 2 fish that day because the river at Oketu, where he usually do his fishing, is fast becoming shallow.
Hmm.
Or they are querying, and his friend Adigun, who went on an hunting spree some days ago, couldn't mask their disappointments when they returned empty-handed. The first gossip mentioned. Omawagabayo, continued the second gossip. Things are now quite expensive in the market as well. Something has to be done about all these, and fast. Things had become so bad in the kingdom that one day a meeting of the Bales with the king was called, and it was decided that they should consult the oracle. They consulted the oracle, and it was made known that for peace and tranquility to be restored in the kingdom, they will have to get a jeweled box that could only be found in the gravely evil forest. Moreover, this jeweled box contained something of great value that will help restore the serenity and balance they seek. It was told of the evil forest that no ordinary person could journey through safely or come back alive. And so it was decided that the Oluode, that is, the head hunter of the kingdom, be given the task to gather the bravest of hunters with strange and extraordinary powers to go on this mission. Saddled with this responsibility, Odetogun, the head hunter, had to go from one village to another in search of hunters who were extraordinarily strange and powerful. Although it was a very difficult task, it wasn't impossible, for he encountered several challenges as he journeyed through the villages in search of brave hunters. And it took him several weeks to gather his team of exceptional hunters. The first village in the kingdom the Oluode visited was Imodimoson, which happened to be Olowonyo's home. And by the time he got to this village, it was almost getting dark. Odetogun knew precisely where Olowonyo resided in this village, so he didn't need anyone to give him directions to where he was heading. Olowonyo happened to be an unusual type of hunter whose praises the people of that village had sung far and wide. He wasn't called Olowonyo for nothing. In fact, the true meaning of his name is the one with a sonorous voice. It was said of him that when he goes on a hunt, he'll usually go with only his flute because his voice and the melody he makes with his flute were his major charm. His voice was so magical that when he sings, trees would sway from side to side as though dancing to the sound of his voice. Even his prey of targets will come dancing to him like a pet. It was from a distance that some things began to catch his attention as he got closer to Olowonyo's abode. First off, he wasn't the only one drawn towards the direction of the song he was hearing. Secondly, the trees swayed from side to side. Even the gentle breeze around him seemed to dance in compliance with the same direction as though guiding him to where Olowonyo was seated as he sang his lyrics so melodiously before an enchanted audience.
Shere irele erena igbe ebibi okudu agemo ogun owena owawa belu ope shere irele erena igbe ebibi okudu agemo ogun owena owawa belu ope.
Before long, Olowonyo stopped his musical show to salute his visitor.
Ekabo, you are welcome, Oluode.
He said in greetings to Odetogun.
What brings you to my village?
And so, Odetogun related the king's message to him, and he agreed to go on the mission. The next village Odetogun had to visit to get another one of the strongest and bravest hunters of the kingdom was Ajanoku's village, and he had to go in the company of Oloiyo for some reasons. One of the reasons is the fact that apart from being a hunter, Ajanoku was a warrior, a fierce one at that. And although there were many strong and brave hunters in this particular village, Ajanoku was the bravest and strongest of them all. In the past, he was one of the warriors that was called upon to defend the kingdom's honor in battle. He had also gone for several competitions outside the village that proved him to be the best. All these, including his magical prowess and charm, made him so fierce that he became feared by most people in his village. Members of his family couldn't stand his fury whenever he gets angry because, according to them, his anger was in similitude to that of Shango Olukoso, the god of thunder. It was even rumored that he just might be one of the great-grandsons of Shango. Just so you better understand Ajanoku's fury, you may need to hear the story of Shango Olukoso, also known as Obakoso. Shango was a very powerful king in the kingdom of Oyo. With a towering height, he was dark in complexion and strikingly handsome. He had 3 wives, namely Oba, Oshun, and Oya. Even before becoming the 3rd Alaafin of the Oyo Empire, Shango was a dominant, fierce, and brave warrior. He was vast in magic and had gained mastery of many charms and potions, which made the people of his kingdom perceive him to be a supernatural being. But then, anger was his strength as well as his weakness. In fact, it was his bane. It was said that when he got angry, fire will come out of his mouth and eyes. Shango wasn't much of a lover. However, he cared for his wives, for they were no ordinary beings themselves. Oba was an excellent bata dancer like Shango. Oshun was the most beautiful of his 3 wives and an excellent cook, while Oya was the most powerful of the 3 wives and a shapeshifter, for she could change in body form from an animal to a human and from a human into an animal. Some even said that it was the combination of her powers and that of Shango's that brought about lightning and thunder, for she was very powerful indeed. Nevertheless, Oshun happened to be the most favored wife of Shango because of her cooking. As the saying goes, the way to a man's heart is his belly. Therefore, Shango would always go to her for his food, whether it was her turn to cook or not. This made Oba very jealous of her, for she thought that she should be the one to have that right over their husband, being the first wife. She tried all she could to make Shango appreciate her food, but it seemed as though the spell of Oshun's food and the allure of her beauty was much too strong to break. One day, Oba did the unimaginable thing. She went to her rival, Oshun, for help in getting their husband's attention. And so she said, "Our husband prefers only your food. Please tell me, I beg of you, your secrets." Oshun was taken aback by Oba's foolishness. How can a woman be stupid enough to think that her rival will be willing to tell her the secret of her success? Ridiculous indeed, she thought to herself. So she pretended to be nice and told Oba a lie,
saying, "You would have noticed by now that I cannot do without wearing a scarf over my head. And this scarf would always cover my ears."
Why is this so? Oba asked.
"It is so because I cut snippets of my ears into my soup so that my husband can always love me."
Oba's eyes widened in surprise to Oshun's strange revelation. Could this be true?
She thought to herself.
How interesting.
The next day, as Oba set out to cook for Shango, she cut off one of her ears and covered her head with veil in hope that by doing this, Oshun's spell over their husband will instantly be broken and his full attention turn to her forthwith. And so it was that when Oba served him upon his return, Shango noticed a strange meat in his soup.
"What type of meat is this?"
he asked. Then Oba responded to him saying,
"Oluwami, so that you can love me the most, I have cut off my ear and put it in your food."
"Are we cannibals?"
Shango roared in a rage. On hearing their husband's reaction to Oba's folly, Oshun ran out of the house in order to escape Oba's revenge and Shango's wrath. In a burst of emotions, she turned into a river, hence becoming a river goddess. Feeling betrayed by her rival, Oba escaped from Shango's presence to pursue after Oshun. And seeing that Oshun had turned into a river, she also turned into a river to continue her fight, thus becoming a river goddess too. This is why you see these two rivers clash till date. A hungry man, they say, is an angry man. Coupled with the thoughts of suspicion he had that one of his wives had attempted to poison him, Shango was mad with rage on this particular day. He got so furious that everything around him, his entire house, including his sacred room where he had kept all his charms and potions, especially Oya's 4, which she used in shape-shifting, all caught fire. When Oya saw all that had happened, she ran to Ira Forest and there turned into a river. This river, which today is known as the River Niger. Alas, as he watched all his possessions go up in flames, he felt a deep sense of regret, loss, and defeat. And in the end, he hung himself. The reason he is referred to as Olukoso or Obakoso, which is short for how the Yorubas say Oba Topokunso, meaning the king who hung himself. He was deified as the god of thunder because he was believed to command thunder and lightnings. It was the symptoms of Shango's kind of anger that was seen in Ajanaku. And so, in order to protect the villagers, most especially his family, from getting hurt, the Bale of Ajamasa village ruled that he should have a separate hut far from everyone. Therefore, he lived in a distant corner of the village.
"Is it Ajanaku you seek?"
asked one of the villagers from whom Odetogun and Olunyo requested directions to Ajanaku's hut.
Ibinu Dao. Téèyàn bá ti bínú jù máa ń ba nǹkan jẹ́ gan ni o. Okay, this is more or less like a Yoruba folklore, but it's brought to you in English language. And, we've had different dynamics in this particular story. Well, I have just one question that is going to go general to everyone. But if you want to try to, call into the studio to answer some of the questions, please just call into the studio now, 0909-888-9939 and 0912-222-2939. Now, let's quickly go a quick recap of the first part of the Brave Hunters from my Nigerian folklores. Now, we have Oluode. Remember, Oluode was translated as the head hunter. And in this story, Odetogun is the head hunter from that village. Now, it was stuck with something because the community, the village, was not, producing well. So they needed to have, some kind of box from the evil forest, but it's only the bravest hunters that could actually go there. So it took him several weeks to go and get it, to go and, gather his team. The first person he went to was, do you remember? Olowiyo. And there was a particular song that he was singing. Now, the name of the village Olowiyo came from is Imodemoson. And Olowiyo was known for his sonorous voice and his flute, which were his charms. Now, Olowiyo means sonorous, a person or the one, according to the story, the one with a sonorous voice. And then they went on because Odetogun needed Olowiyo to go get someone from Ajamasa village. The name of the person whose story was linked to Shango because they were kind of related was Ajanoku, who was a fierce and brave warrior who has competed in various battles, who has won various competitions, and he has charms. But there was a weakness that he had similar to Shango, which was his fury. He was always angry, very angry, just like Shango. And then we heard the story of Shango and his three wives, namely Oba, Oshun, and Oya. Okay, so Oshun was an excellent cook, which made her the favorite of Shango, according to the story. And Shango is known as Olukoso, which means the king that hung himself. And he was also known as a god of thunder. Oba was an excellent bata dancer. Oshun was an excellent cook. Oya, the shapeshifter. And the weakness of Shango was his anger. It was also his strength. Now, this is why, someone became so jealous that she wanted to know the strength or how she got, Oba to love her more than the others. And then it was heard that she cut her hair in snippets so that she can become the favorite, which she also did. And then it made every one of them, become enemies of each other. Shango got angry. The both became a river, fighting each other. And then the last one also became a river, also known as River Niger. Now, let the game begin. 0909-888-9939 and 0912-222-2939. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning. What's your name?
My name is Matthew Favor.
Your name is?
Matthew Favor.
Matthew Favor, how are you doing? How's the holiday going for you?
Fine, ma.
Okay, I have number 1 to number 10. Please pick a number.
Number 2.
Number
2.
Number 2. All right, you've got 3 seconds to answer this question. Are you ready?
Yes, ma.
Okay. Ajanoku was from which village? 1, 2.
He was a warrior.
He was from which village?
Alone your village.
No, he wasn't from Olowinyo's village. I told you have 3 seconds to answer. Olowinyo's village is different from Ajanoku's village. Number 2 is gone. And Ajanoku was from Ajamasha village. Favor, there is no problem. You can still try to be, to have, to participate in the question that is going to come in through text message. But no problem. Who is there? Good morning.
Hello, ma.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name?
My name is Matthew Yanu.
Your name is?
Matthew Yanu.
Matthew Yanu. Your Matthew Favor's sister?
Yes.
All right. So pick a number. Number 1 to 10. 2 is gone.
Number 5.
Number 5. You've gone for number 5, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the village of Olowinyo? 3 seconds. Where was it from?
Oluwade.
You said?
Oluwade.
All of you, you're mistaking all of this. Oluwade is the head hunter, and he has a particular name. He's from a different village. Imodemoson is the village Olowinyo came from.
Okay.
Yes. Ajanoku, Oluwade, which also has a name, who also has a name, and Olowinyo is also the name of the hunters. The 3 hunters so far that, have been gathered for the reason they were chosen. And they are from 3 different villages. So, like I said, Ajanoku, although a very fierce warrior and brave, was from Ajamasa. Imodemoson is the village Olowinyo hailed from. I can still have one more call before I go. 0909-888-9939 and 0912-222-2939. For those that want to send in text message, you want to answer the question via text message, the number is only text message 0904 422 to 939. Or better still, do it this way. Instead of sending it to 0904 422 to 939, write this other number down. 081. Don't call that number. Just send your text message and answer to it. 081 80905832. And when you send your answer, please put your name and your answer. I want to have your name so that I can be able to identify you. 081 80905832. 081 8090 5832. Now to the question, the general question for next week. Number 1 question. Who was Ajanoku related to? Number 1 question. Who was Ajanoku related to? Now, this person that is related to Ajanoku, he has 3 wives. Please give me the names of the wives of the person Ajanoku is related to. Number 1 question. Who was Ajanoku related to? Number 2. Give me the names of the 3 wives the person Ajanoku is related to. The 3 wives of the person Ajanoku is related to. And number 3. What was the weakness and the strength of the person Ajanoku is related to? First question, who was Ajanoku related to? Second question, give me the names of the 3 wives that Ajanoku is related to. The name of the person Ajanoku is related to. He had 3 wives. Give me the name of the 3 wives. And number 3, what were his strengths and his weaknesses? All right, the second half or the second part of that particular story will be continued next week, Saturday, by God's grace. Stay tuned to the station. Don't move a muscle. The station, the program has been Smart Brains. If you want to send in your answer, it is 081 80 90 58 32. And I'll be expecting it not less than 12:05. Any response after 12:05, it is null and void. I will not accept it. And you have to get all of it correctly. My name is Favor Oloritola. I enjoy the program with you. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Please be good and be fine. Au revoir.